Hi fam, you remember how OWAMIE came out here breaking the news that Promise MAKUNYANE is divorcing, that her husband has gone back to the baby mama, doing exclusives on the matter, having the time of her life, talking about Promise being a divorcee when she was bashing divorced women and everything.
I realized, oh, you stopped. She stopped because she's been separated from her husband for a very long time. And when I say she's divorced, I'm not talking about she's going through a divorce. She is a divorced woman.
Well, that didn't age well, okay?
Lina, ke swabile nko go feta molomo. Ke swabile nko go feta molomo.
That didn't age well, okay? Because I just saw a story, an article on City Press about Promise MAKUNYANE. Let's go through it together. The article reads, businesswoman and influencer Promise MAKUNYANE seeks court order to separate finances from her husband. She filed this plea with the Johannesburg High Court to separate her matrimonial property arrangement from her husband Lawrence MAKUNYANE while remaining married. The couple cites different business interests and financial obligations, arguing that separation would provide greater certainty regarding individual liabilities and avoid financial disputes. If approved, they will execute a post-nuptial contract achieving financial independence for their business ventures. She wants to break away from her matrimonial property arrangement with her husband, citing her desire for financial independence when married. She filed this plea in the Johannesburg High Court on the 5th of September 2025, arguing that she and her husband are pursuing separate business ventures, so the arrangement she applied for will benefit their family. In the application documents, she stated that their marriage involves business parts and they have different views. They respectfully submitted that there are sound reasons why the order should be granted, some of them being that their future business ventures will require them to sign personal surety and they do not wish to jeopardize one another in this regard. What is also stated in the documents is that they are doing this to avoid potential business complexities and disputes. They also stated that they have been married for 7 years and own properties in Limpopo. They did not enter into an antenuptial contract before the conclusion of their civil marriage. If the order is granted, MAKUNYANE will have sole ownership of the properties and everything they acquired in their marriage belong equally to both of them. The couple also dismissed social media speculations that they have divorced. You heard that, right? The couple also dismissed social media speculations that they have divorced and have been living apart since September. They are only waiting for the approval of their plea, which is not divorce, but separation of finances, assets, and debts. Meaning they will remain married. The only thing changing will be their matrimonial property system, not their marital status. They are only changing from in community of property to out of community of property, meaning once the order is granted, they will have to enter into a post-nuptial contract. And according to Promise MAKUNYANE, the court order has already been granted and their marriage is still intact, out of community of property. She also went on to say that during COVID, when her husband's business took a knock, they experienced the ugly side of being married in community of property because no one could save their family financially because they were joined in this marriage of community of property. So that's one of the many reasons why they chose to do things the out of community of property way, you know. Also, I feel like this is protecting their kids and marriage somehow because her husband has kids outside of their marriage. So should anything happen, Promise and their kids will always be financially protected, you know. So maybe we should have learned and understood this because if I remember very well, the Madidas did this. So yeah, when you see anybody that was happy that Promise was going through a divorce or anything like that, give them a hug, especially OWAMIE, because wow. And funny thing is that while all this drama was unfolding, OWAMIE was doing exclusives and stuff and talking about how she wants Lawrence Makunyane on her podcast. All of a sudden, I was seeing this profile on TikTok of Lawrence Makunyane acting very single. So at this point, I feel like Promise and her husband may have planned this, maybe as free PR for her book because she has a book that is out. So maybe they did this to boost the sales of the book. And also on that profile on TikTok, this man, whoever, let me not say this man, the user of that profile, whom I'm now assuming was Promise all this while, was busy responding to people. When people were asking whether he's single or married, what, he was saying no. When people were talking about how that woman loves her, the person was saying, yeah, if you're talking about my mother, yes. When they were saying, oh, OWAMIE wants you on her podcast, that person was responding, no, not my style, things like that. So now I'm like, Promise Makunyane, was that you? Meaning this entire time, Promise and her husband were busy laughing their lungs out, seeing everything going on social media. Otherwise, news of them still being married, this is happy news, especially because they have kids together. Those people have been building their marriage for 7 years. So, yeah, this is happy news. And similarly, Promise has grown also from being all about her husband this, her husband that. Now she's a working woman, a working mom, a working wife. She has added to my husband this, my husband that by being an independent, financially secured woman, wife, and mother. And also one thing I'm realizing, since this divorce news came to light, Promise has never uttered the words, I'm divorced. She has always maintained that she's a married woman, and I remember at one point, even though she wasn't wearing her ring for some time, she came back wearing her ring again. At the height of these allegations, she was wearing a ring again on her finger. And a day ago, when she was talking about her book, she also talked about how now being a mom and a wife, she understands her mother in ways that she didn't do before. So, yeah, those people played us all, okay? But seemingly they played OWAMIE even more. OWAMIE was happy. She was happy that Promise was now a divorcee, talking about how they are not welcoming her in the divorcee whatever, talking about how Promise should go back and get her man. Oh, this is funny. Anyway, let's continue this in the comment section. Also remember to subscribe, like, share. Until next time, bye and thank you for watching.